pegging, or associating, through background knowledge. Background associations or pegs for the number 1. The 1st of January, which is a new year from the Gregorian calendar. January is the first month of the year. Number 1 in sports competitions receives a reward. For instance, Schumacher in the Formula 1 racing competition. Formula 1, the racing competitions company. An ace, or aces, are special cards in a playing cards game called Casino. They are worth 1 point each. Ishumi is a 1 rand in the Zulu language. 1 liter, a bag of milk, which comes in a plastic bag of a kind. 1 or ones can be represented by a paintbrush or paintbrushes, because of their shapes. A pen or pens can represent 1 or ones, because of their shapes. 1 or ones can be represented by a pencil or pencils, due to their shapes. An activity that is performed by 1 person is a solo, the person being said to be a soloist. 1 or ones can be represented by a bazooka, or bazookas, because of their shapes. 1 or ones can be represented by a rocket launcher, or rocket launchers, also because of their shapes. Background associations or pegs for the number 2. Number 2 in sports competitions receives a reward. For instance, Robert Schumacher would be number 2, being on the 2nd place in Formula 1 racing competitions. February is the 2nd month of the year. Two liters of cool drinks and mass, a dairy thick sour milk that is liked and praised by most Bantu people. Ipondo, 2 rand in the Zulu language, named after the appearance of what is observed from the 2 rand coin. Horns of an elk. Two of spades in a game of casino is a special card. It is worth a point. Ulwisi Billy, Tuesday in the Zulu tongue, meaning the 2nd day. Twins are 2. 2 can be twins. 2 can be represented by 2D, 2 dimensions or 2 dimensionals. 2 can be represented by a 2-way plug, also known as a twin plug. They entered Noah's Ark 2x2. Animals and human beings. 2 or 2s can be represented by 2 bars heater, or 2 bars heaters. 2 can be represented by a 2 lanes road, or 2 lanes roads. The 2-ply tissue paper, or 2-ply tissue papers, can represent 2 or 2s. Background associations or pegs for the number 3. Number 3 or third place in sports competitions receives a reward. 3. All threes can be represented by Trinity, from the Matrix movie, or by the Trinity in Christianity. We see Tatu. Wednesday in the Zulu tongue, meaning 3 or the third day of the week. March is the third month of the year. 3 or threes can be represented by a three-way plug, or three-way plugs. A 3 bars heater, or 3 bars heaters can represent 3 or threes. The number 3 or threes can be represented by triplet or triplets. 3 or threes can be represented by 3D or 3Ds, 3 dimensions or 3 dimensionals. Background associations or pegs for the number 4. 4 times 4, or 4 by 4. A private car, most often with a spare wheel at its back. April is the 4th month of the year. Olwesine, Thursday in the Zulu tongue, associated with 4 and meaning the 4th day of the week. 4 can be represented by 4 eyes, a nickname given to people who wear spectacles. A 4 bars heater, or 4 bars heaters can represent 4 or 4s. The number 4 can be represented by 4D, or 4Ds, 4 dimensions or 4 dimensionals. There are 4 seasons in a year. 4 can be represented by the 4 seasons altogether. Background associations or pegs for the number 5. May is the 5th month of the year. Friday in the Zulu tongue, associated with 5 and meaning the 5th day of the week. Five or 5s can be represented by a hook or hooks. Background associations or pegs around the number 6. 6 feet underground is the depth that is dug when a person is being buried. 666, the number associated with evil in Christianity. June is the 6th month of the year. 6 is a bomb, or 6s are bombs, because they are shaped like them. Bayonet, or bayonets, are 6s, because they are shaped like them together with their guns. Firecracker, or firecrackers, are 6s, because of their shapes. Fireworks are 6s, because they're associated with firecrackers. A lock, or locks, are 6s, because of their shapes. A key or keys are 6s, because they are shaped like them. A club or clubs are 6s, because of how they are shaped. A golf club, or golf clubs, are represented by the number 6, because of their shapes. A tennis racket, or tennis rackets, are 6s, because of how they are shaped. A cricket bat, or cricket bats, are sixes, because of their shapes. A baseball bat, or baseball bats are sixes, because of how they are shaped. A syringe, or syringes, are sixes, due to their shapes. An injection, or injections, are sixes, owing to their shapes. A thermometer, or thermometers, are sixes, because of how they're shaped, more especially when they are directed to the armpits. A screw, or screws, are sixes, because of their shapes. A screwdriver, or screwdrivers, are sixes, because of how they're shaped. A bolt, or bolts, are sixes, because of their shapes. Six or sixes can be represented by a six-pack, or six-packs, featured in beers, ciders, human anatomy, etc. Background associations or pegs for the number 7. 7 years is the number of years doctors had to study. It is the doctorate in medicine, etc. The Sabbath day, which is on Saturday, is the 7th day of the week. 7 days equals a week. A week is made up of 7 days. 7 or sevens can be represented by the thumbs and index fingers. July is the 7th month of the year. 7 or sevens can be represented by a liver or livers, because they're featured on their shapes. Triple sevens mean jackpot in some of the games of chance. The number of continents in the world are 7. 7 or sevens rhyme with heaven or heavens. In Christianity it is said that when a person has completed their life, they go to heaven, etc. 7 or sevens also rhyme with tavern or taverns. 7 or sevens can be represented by a cliff or cliffs, because of their shapes. 7 or sevens can be represented by a gun or guns. 7 or sevens can be represented by a revolver or revolvers. 7 or sevens can be represented by a rifle or rifles, since they are guns of a kind. 7 or sevens can be represented by a flying wheel or flying wheels. They are synonymous with revolvers. Uzi or Uzis can represent 7 or sevens because of their shapes. Machine gun or machine guns can represent 7 or 7s because they are guns. AK-47 or AK-47s can represent 7 or 7s since they are guns. Background associations or pegs for the number 8. 8 is the black ball, the last ball in a game of pool. August is the 8th month of the year. 8 or 8s can be represented by an 8-pack or 8 packs. Featured in human anatomy. 8 can be represented by infinity because of its symbol. 8 or 8s can be represented by a ribbon or ribbons and by a bow tie or bow ties. Eight or 8s can be represented by an hourglass or hourglasses. Background associations or pegs for the number 9. 9 or 9s can be represented by a flag or flags because of their shapes. 9 or 9s can be represented by a crutch or crutches due to their shapes. September is the 9th month of the year. Basketball net or basketball nets together with netball net or netball nets can be represented by the number 9 or 9s because of how they are shaped. Background associations or pegs for the numbers 10 and 0. A 10 of diamonds in casino is a special card. It is worth 2 points. A decade is a period of 10 years. 10 or 0 can be represented by a 10 kilograms of flour, a 10 kilograms of maize meal or a 10 kilograms of rice. October is the 10th month of the year. 10 or 0 can be represented by a grenade or grenades, hand grenade or hand grenades because of how they are shaped. Pegging or associating through background knowledge. Close. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Below is a list of goodies to get for yourself and your loved ones. I get supported when purchases are made through the links below.